Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. So there is this other sister of ours. Strange things, they do happen in this world. It seems as if as a woman, wherever you are not even safe at all. This dear sister of ours nearly died because of what happened whilst she was in the car with her husband. The story that she sent to me reads like this. Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I don't know if my story, it is a confession or what, but it is a true story of what happened to me. This happened, it was in the year 2024. It was last year when it happened. Brother Nashi, I do not want you to share my numbers with anyone and also hide my identity. My story goes on like this. It was in the year 2024, last year, when I was still back home in Zim. So I then spoke with my husband, and then he told me that I was supposed to come and join up with him in South Africa. And I left Zim. This was on Wednesday. And I arrived in South Africa. This was on Thursday, and I cannot tell you which month I left Zim coming to South Africa. I came to South Africa and I started staying with my husband. Like I told you, it was on Wednesday, and then I arrived in Thursday. I was really tired, so I rested on Thursday. Then on Friday, after my husband had seen that I had rested, that was when he told me that there was this other place that he wanted me to go with him. I then said it is okay. Then we went into his bakkie and we traveled from the town where we stay, and we went to this other town. I cannot tell you exactly where I am staying and where we went. So after we had traveled there, he had said that he wanted to go and check up on some things that he had done there. He wanted to check up on the work that he had done at this other place. So we went there and he saw that everything was in order. And when we arrived at that house, honestly, I was left remaining in the vehicle whilst he was doing his business. That was when he came back to me, but he did not stay for a very long time. He came back to me and then he told me that he wanted us to return back to the location where we stay. And I said it is okay. So from that place where we were, returning back to the location where we stay, it is about 1 hour drive. And as we were returning back to the location where we stay, that was when he told me that he wanted to use this other gravel road. So he did not use the same road that he had used whilst we were going to that place where he had recently done the piece job. So when he was using that gravel road, like I didn't even think much about it. Why all of a sudden he just wanted to use a shortcut? So the moment that we started to travel in the dust road for about 2 minutes, that was when he said that the car, the bakkie, was not performing very well. And indeed, this vehicle, it seemed as if there was something that was wrong with it, because when I listened, I heard that the back wheels, it was as if they were not moving at all. They were being dragged along by the vehicle. That was when he said that he wanted to check what was wrong with the bakkie, and I told him that it is okay, he can get out of the vehicle and he can check. So the moment that he got out of the vehicle, it was as if there were people that were already waiting for him to get out of the vehicle. The moment that he got out of the vehicle, that was when I saw two men. These two men, they appeared out of nowhere. They were wearing masks, and they were black masks, so I could not see who they were, and they had guns. The other guy had a gun and the other guy had a gun. That was when they started shouting and told my husband to lie down onto the gravel road. So my husband was lying down on the gravel road. So I was like really panicking. I do not want to lie. That was when I locked all the doors whilst I was inside. Then they started smashing the window with the guns. They were like, open, 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 open. And I was so scared. That was when I opened the door and they pulled me out. The moment that they pulled me out, I started asking for forgiveness. Then one amongst the men who was busy hijacking us then took acid that he had and he started pouring the acid on top of my head. So this acid, as it was flowing down, it was hurting me quite a lot. And by the time that he finished pouring acid on my head, it was so painful and it was itchy. And I started screaming in pain. I was like, I am in pain, I am in pain. Please help me, please help me. This man never felt sorry for me. He then asked me where my phone was. I then told him that the phone, it was inside the car. He then went back to the car and he then took the phone. And after that, that was when I kept on crying. So I started crawling and I made my way to where my husband was lying down, and I was crying and I was saying, please, please take me to the hospital. I'm in pain because of the acid. It was eating away at my skin. Then my husband woke up as he had been instructed by those armed robbers. We then returned back to the vehicle and my husband, he started driving. As he was driving, I was in pain. So then these guys, they opened the little window. Since this was a bakkie, they were seated at the back. So there is this little window which you can push and you can open. You can even have a conversation with the people that will be inside the cab of the bakkie. So that is what they had done. They then said that they wanted money, and my husband then gave them an F&B card. And as for this F&B card, it was no longer working and it did not even have any money at all. Those guys then asked my husband the PIN, and he told them that the PIN for that F&B card, it was 2020. So they grabbed the card and then they told my husband to slow down, and then they jumped out of the bakkie and they ran away. So I thought that maybe it was a robbery that was happening, but I just want to ask you listeners, is this even possible that you can be robbed here in South Africa and then those armed robbers, they take acid and they pour the acid on you and they do not beat your husband, they don't do anything to your husband, and on top of that, they just take your phone and they leave your husband's phone in the car and they collect a card, and this card that they collected, they did not even ask how much was in the card and if the ATM was a wrong PIN, because they were supposed to say, we will go with you to the ATM so that we can check if the card is legit and the PIN also is legit, but they just ran away. After that, that was when I told my husband that he was supposed to go with me to the clinic, but to my surprise, my husband, he avoided all the clinics that were in that area where we were, because there were some clinics. He drove for many kilometers moving out of that town, and he went with me to another town which was very far. We actually had to travel on the main road so that we can get to another town. When we got to that other town, that was when he took me to that clinic. I was so much in pain. I was not even ashamed. I started stripping myself naked because of the pain. The acid was eating away at me, including the clothes. And as for the clothes, all of them, the acid had finished the clothes. So I was in pain. And when they saw that I was in pain, they moved really fast. And then they started to place bandages all over me. An ambulance was called and I was taken to the ambulance, and then I was taken to the provincial hospital. And when I was taken to that provincial hospital, then that was when more medication was given to me. Brother Nashi, I used to be a woman that was beautiful, but because of what happened, the acid that was poured on me, sometimes I am so suicidal. I feel like committing suicide. How can I face the world with the way that I used to be, and now that this acid that they poured on my face has eaten away at me? I really do not know why God allowed such evil things to happen to me. As for now, I just want closure. I want to know what really happened to me. That is why I have come here. If there is anyone who can help me to get closure so that I can know, was this a coincidence that happened, that we were just hijacked by the armed robbers that only were interested in taking my phone and leaving my husband's phone and pouring acid on me? Why they never beat up my husband? I just hope that God is going to help me so that I can get some closure. As I am writing this to you, I am in pain as I am writing this to you, and I just want help. If there is anyone that can assist me, please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a translation of a message that was sent to me by our dear sister. Let us try to assist our dear sister in the comment section. Is it even possible, the things that happened to our sister? I was thinking that maybe what happened in the moment that they were on the gravel road, maybe the husband pulled the handbrake so that the wheels at the back, they will stop moving along with the vehicle. That is what I think happened. I really do not know what else will cause the wheels on the back to stop moving. And then all of a sudden, two guys showed up and they did not do anything to the owner of the vehicle, a husband. They left the phone. They were only interested with hurting this dear sister of ours. Even if it happened that these armed robbers, they had some spikes that they had, but these spikes, they were supposed to damage the front wheels, but they did not damage the front wheels. Let us try to assist our dear sister in the comment section. If you are a mechanic, maybe you can analyze and tell us what will cause the wheels on the back of that car to stop moving. I think it was a handbrake that was pulled. Maybe this man, as he was busy shifting the gears, he was also adjusting the handbrake bit by bit until the car finally stopped. And then those armed robbers, they came with the acid. It seemed as if they were ready to hurt the wife. Maybe they are his enemies. Who knows? Let us try to speak with her in the comment section.